Hello there. I'm Scotty. Mm. You're not. Welcome to the finale of Remake-A-Thon 2. 2. Yes, and we were looking. Not only is it the last remake, we're looking at the last Disney remake. We're looking at this, and that is The Jungle Book. Remember when this came out? People were like, "Oh, they're remaking The Jungle Book." Cool. Well, they shouldn't remake The Jungle Book. It's an animated classic, and I'm sitting there going, "They already remade The Jungle Book in 1995, and it was good. It was, and now that I have actually rewatched that and did a review for it, like last year or whatever it was, I will stand by that. That movie is good. I like that remake. It's not faithful in any way, shape, or form. It's more of an action adventure film, but when you have Steven Sommers directing the film, that's what you get. And Jason Scott Lee is great as an adult Mowgli. This is more closer to the animated film, which is what everybody wanted. But is it better than the 1995 film? No. No. It's more close to the animated film, which I do think is better than the. So this is going to be confusing. I think the animated film is better than the first live action remake from '95, but I don't think this one is better than the '95 film. I said that wrong. I think the original is better than the '95 film, but I think the '95 film is better than this one. Both of those are better than this one. That is, nostalgia and all that shit, right? Due to make some changes, like, number one, this is not a musical. They do have the bare necessities because you can't get rid of that, and for some reason they make a full musical sequence out of "I Wanna Be Like You," ooh, ooh, except for Baloo doesn't dress up like a monkey like in that one. Which, to be honest, because they're more photorealistic, I don't know how that would work. The cast, this one is easier to figure out. I already knew Bill Murray was Baloo, and that Christopher Walken was playing King Louie. And as soon as he started talking, I'm like, that's Ben Kingsley's voice. I know that. And when Shere Khan started talking, I'm like, that is Idris Elba. These are easy to figure out. The other ones, not so much. Lupita Nyong'o is Raksha, an Indian wolf. They make Mowgli's wolf family more important in this one, I guess. Yeah. And Scarlett Johansson is Kaa. They made Kaa a female for no reason, because Kaa is less important in this movie than they were in the original. She shows up, she hypnotizes Mowgli, tells him that Shere Khan killed his father, which that's a different twist, and then he's saved by Baloo. And that's it, by Kaa. Yeah. This also is the last role for Mr. Gary Shandling, may he rest in peace, of the Larry Sanders Show. He was also in the Marvel movies as was like a mayor or something. Sam Raimi plays a squirrel. Jon Favreau, director of the film, plays the pygmy hog. And Russell Peters plays Rocco, the Indian rhinoceros, a character who was originally supposed to be in the original animated film, but it would have been voiced by Frank Fontaine, but Walt Disney scrapped the character, so yeah. One thing I'm going to complain about: while the elephants were in film, they did not talk and were only used as ex machina to put out the fires in the forest later. And there was also one scene where Mowgli meets him. That's it. And I'm going to complain about the ending. Okay? Something I want to look at first, okay? Because it's been a while since I watched the original. So I want to make sure. Okay. So it's not really a complaint, it's just. So, we just start in the middle of the story Mowgli's run through the forest with Bagheera. And we eventually get the backstory, but it's told to us like just by exposition from Mowgli, Bagheera. Yeah. And yeah, he raised by the wolves and he lives with the wolf family and and apparently it's during the dry season in India, which I didn't know happened. The people, and this is where they go, it rained, and so there's water, and so there's a truce where all the animals can eat there. I do like when when Bagheera shows up, I don't know, this wildebeest or whatever they are, it's like, hey, it's a truce. It's like, it's okay. Mowgli is chastised for daring to use something to scoop the water up. Pay no mind that he's drinking like lake water or whatever. Yuck. But Shere Khan is not happy that Mowgli is here. Says the man cub must die. And that if he's not gone by the end of the drought, he will kill Mowgli. So after the drought ends, the wolves go back and forth, and it's Mowgli here who decides he should leave the jungle, safety of his family, and Bagheera takes him to the man village. I need to blow my nose. Okay. Shere Khan shows up and attacks them on their way to the man village. Mowgli is able to escape while hiding during a buffalo stampede caused by Shere Khan, and ends up in the clutches of Kaa, which, as we know, like I said, she hypnotizes him and shows him that Shere Khan killed his biological father, which adds nothing to the plot till the end. So. And she is the first one to bring up the red flower, which is fire, which brings destruction to anything it touches. Then she tries to eat Mowgli, so I don't know why she even told him all that. But Baloo saves the day. So, yeah. And Mowgli retrieves honey for Baloo as payment and agrees to stay with him until it's time for him to go sleepy. And, they hang out, they sing the bare necessity song. And at first I was conflicted because they're singing it at the same time. I'm like, how would he know the words? How would Mowgli know the words? But apparently he's teaching him. So here they also hear a noise, and I'm like, it's gonna be Bagheera, and it was old Baggy, who chastises Mowgli for not going to the village. He's like, oh, but I'm gonna stay with Baloo until it's time for him to hibernate. He's like, yeah, hibernate, I don't know how he's Sylvester Stallone, but okay. That would have been cool. Hey, hibernate, it's a better necessity of life. Hey, look for a better necessity. Never mind. Sylvester Stallone singing is not a good idea. Satisfaction guarantee. But Wiser created a monster, and they called it Drinkenstein. Well, Shere Khan shows up with the wolf pack. No, not that one. And kills the leader Akela and threatens the pack in order to lure Mowgli out. But, yeah. This is where Bagheera finds Mowgli and Baloo and is all pissed. Okay. Baloo calms them down. They're supposed to sleep on it. That night, Mowgli finds the elephants gathered around a ditch and uses vines to save their baby. So there's that. Baloo realizes that he can't guarantee Mowgli's safety because he finds out he was named by Shere Khan. So he agrees, just like in the original, he treats Mowgli like shit so that he will go to the man village. But of course, like in the original, Mowgli is kidnapped by the monkeys, known as the Bandar Log, take him to. So, in the original, King Louie was an orangutan. Now it's a Gigantolopithecus. I don't know why he changed what he looks like. And the king only, of course, wants the man's red fire to make his dreams come true. Ooh-be-doo-ooh-ooh. And says, I'll protect you from Shere Khan. Give me the red flower. He doesn't know what it is. And Baloo comes in and distracts him. But they don't do the dance thing. He just sort of just talks at him. So Mowgli's able to... So Bagheera's able to... Mowgli out. But then King Louie goes nuts. Chasing everyone to the temple and already here forms. This is weird. The forms Mowgli of Akela's death by his beaten up Shere Khan. I don't know. Louis ends up destroying the temple and causing it to collapse on top of him, so he caused his own demise. Mowgli is pissed that his friends lied to him about Akela's death. So Mowgli decides to confront Shere Khan himself. Why? This is where I'm like... Why would he do that? Why? Why would he do that? Why? Just why? Why? Tell me why? Why would he confront this evil tiger? So this is where things change. There are no vultures that look like the Beatles singing a song. And there's no lightning storm which causes fire to happen. Instead, Mowgli goes to the man village and steals a torch and runs back to the jungle, which causes it to start on fire, and everyone's afraid of the fire, and Mowgli as well. But Mowgli throws the torch in the river and proclaims his name to Shere Khan, which I guess shows me, you killed my father, prepare to die. My name is Mowgli the Man Cub. You killed my father. Prepare to die. You just keep saying that. Stop saying that. But he gets help from Baloo, Bagheera, and the wolf pack. Kevin Nash and the Macho Man come out. Yeah, you will not touch the man cub today. Oh no. Sting drops from the trees instead of the raptors. Lex Luger rips his shirt off and goes this in front of Shere Khan. Shere Khan's like... Anyway. This gives Mowgli enough time to flee into the running jungle. That's smart. Yeah, I'm sitting there going, why are you running into the fire for? But Shere Khan is able to be stronger than him, of course, because he's a big freaking tiger. Goes after Mowgli. But Mowgli gets smart, and he lures him up into this tree, and here's where we get this change. In the original, he ties the branch on fire onto his tail, which causes him to run off. Here, he fucking kills him. Yep. Shere Khan gets the Clayton death almost. He doesn't hang himself, but he falls from the tree, branch snaps, falls from the tree, falls into the fire. Maybe not Clayton, but he's in the jungle. Yeah. Then, elephants owe him a favor, so Mowgli directs the elephant to the river to put out the fire. And then we get the biggest diversion, which does make sense. Now that I reread the original, I don't remember him dying in the first one. Shere Khan dying. Mowgli decides to stay in the jungle because it's his real home and not return to the man village. So there are two things here. And he'll stay. He's able to utilize his equipment now and tricks for his own use under the guardianship of Baloo and Bagheera. Okay, so Baloo and Bagheera married. So here's the thing. I understand that he no longer has to go to the man village because Shere Khan is now deep. so there's no danger from him. Because in the original, he just put the fire on his tail and he ran off. But he's still in danger, so he still had to go to the man village. So that makes sense why he doesn't have to go to the man village in this one. However, I do want to point out the whole plot of this movie and the original is that he has to go to the man village. That's what pushed this whole plot forward. So, what was the point of this whole movie then? I mean, yes, Shere Khan was the danger. He wasn't Heisenberg, but he is the danger. So now that he's gone, he doesn't have to. But I don't know. I just feel like with the plot being he has to go back to the man village to his own people. Now that he's killed, just because Shere Khan is not dead, he's like, never mind. Never mind, you don't have to. Just because Shere Khan's no longer in trouble. But don't you think there's other predators that will have problem with him being in the jungle? There's no one else. Other predators can come in. You know? I don't know. What if man shows up? I don't know. But, yeah, that's it. And I like it. I do. I've seen bits and pieces of this with my son when he was younger. It was on TV. It was on TNT or something. It's fine. It's more straight up remake of the original than the 95. I still say the 95 is better than this one. But the cartoon one is better. The original is better than the 95. You get what I'm saying here? It's good. I'll give it a high middle of the road. And thus ends Remake-A-Thon 2. I initially intended for 15 and go Monday through Sunday with 3 reviews on Sunday. But I need a break from doing... You see all these series that I'm doing that I haven't stopped doing? Right? So I did December. As soon as January began, I recorded for birth month. Right? I did March of the Living Dead 3 when I didn't think I was going to do it. To Be Tuesday. This. I'm sure there was more. I did the Smallville. Right, so I'm going to focus on just singular videos. I do have 2 videos that are sort of a 2-part series. And I'm not going to go into what it is yet, but it has to do with Eddie Murphy. We'll just say that. Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy is involved with this. Also, another thing that's going on with my mom, just to catch you up quick. So I told you guys she had gallbladder surgery. And then, like a little bit after that, she was told she had to get female surgery down there. And so that happened. So she's been dealing with that, and I've been helping her out. So that's also taking me away from this, and why I feel like I just want to get this done. So, yeah, 10. I just want to get this done, and I can do little videos. I want to do some more retro rewinds. I have ideas, right? The Eddie Murphy 2 movies, 2-part Eddie Murphy thing. I want to do. I really need to get back into the Supernatural retrospective because that's sort of been put on the back burner, and by now it's almost on fire because it needs to be addressed here. Because I decided to do Smallville first, and I'm also itching to get back into Doctor Who. So I don't know. I want to do more than just. But like I said, I kind of want to stay away from the retrospective for now. But a single episode review is fine. So like retro rewinds are cool. I just want to, take it a little bit easier for April, and then in May, because I gotta do Universal. And if I went straight from this, go into Universal, I think I would be way overstressed. So take it easy in April, and when May starts, hopefully, my sister's getting married in May, by the way. But yeah, that's the only thing going on in May, hopefully. Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on the Jungle Book? Let me comment, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.